Welcome to Men and Women Talk, the Mars Venus Show, with your host, Kinte and Shannon. This program hosts a weekly panel of men and women who discuss topics such as dating, the workplace, family, spirituality, cheating, and of course, sex. Monday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, this show is simulcasted live audio and video between the website indieradio.org and YouTube, which allows listeners all over the world to gather together to tackle challenging relationship issues. And now here is your hosts, Shannon and Kinte.
Hello and welcome to an all-new episode of Men and Women Talk, the Mars Venus Show. I am one of your hosts, Kinte, all the way live from Los Angeles, California, and I'm so happy to be here. And I'm joined by my wonderful, beautiful, talented co-host, the one and only Shannon. How you doing, Shannon?
Hello, hi, all the way from Key West, Florida. How y'all doing on these streets, these internet streets?
Excelente. See, that's a little Miami for you, a little Florida. Excelente. So I am, like I said, I'm happy to be here on this Monday, August the 10th, and and this is episode 169. So,
69.
Right. And real quick, I have some birthday shout outs. Our good friend of the podcast, Lauren, it's her birthday today.
Happy birthday, Lauren, girl.
Another person is Brianna. It's her birthday as well.
Happy birthday, Brianna.
And then especially I have my nephew and niece who are brother and sister, 4 years apart. Today is their birthday. I haven't talked to them yet, but I'm going to talk to them after the show.
Birthday, nephew and niece, 4 years apart.
Yeah, Alex and Nia. So
Alex and Mia?
Yeah, Alex and Nia.
Happy birthday.
So big shout out to them. So of course we're asking if you are on YouTube or if you're on Facebook or whatever you're listening to us, please like and share and let people know that you dig our program.
Like and share and tell them I'm single. Hey.
Ready to mingle, for real. All right. So today's topic is called hooking up and happenstance. So
is that really what it's called?
That's what you put down. So
I thought it was dating 101. I guess I'm off.
No, that was last week.
No, last week was Hey Girl.
Okay. Well, so
look, y'all see we ain't got it together.
I don't know.
The hooking up and dating 101, because I mean it's really all the same.
Okay. So kind of give an idea of what you meant by this topic.
I mean, hooking up, well, a lot of this was centered around the pandemic and trying to date and meet up with people. And I didn't necessarily mean hooking up like having sex hooking up. Mm-hmm. I mean, but you can interpret that however you want to. Because things just happen. They ain't happening to me, if y'all want to know the truth, but they happen to other people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a more user-friendly term would be dating 101 for me, because I ain't hooking up with nobody.
Okay.
Except for my dealer. He dope.
So, I mean, when I think of hooking up, I'm thinking of, smashing. And
that's it. I'm not. So I'm like, because I'm clearly not doing that.
Right.
I'm legit talking about hooking up, going on a relationship, date, something like that.
Okay.
Knocking the boot. Even though that's a great song. Shout out to H-Town. Mm-hmm. But,
So
nobody's knocking boots.
I imagine you mean being more deliberate in your hookups.
Who, me? Oh, I am intentional, honey. I am. I'm like, yo, didn't I tell you I like you? So what we gonna do about that?
I don't know. You know what's interesting is I don't know if I've ever been deliberate, like it was part of a master plan. Like it was more a happenstance.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm trying to be like Black Friday. Can I just stand outside your door at 12 a.m. and wait for the doors to open at 6? Because I'm like,
right.
I'm like, how much more information do you need about me liking you? I get it, Renee. Hooking up can be whatever you want it to be. But however, caveat, I ain't hooking up with nobody. So I'm not calling it that.
I don't know. It seems like for most of us guys, the way that we end up in relationships is we were trying to get laid, and then somehow we ended up in a relationship.
And now you're bringing her 7 tacos and telling her she ain't fat.
Right. It's like it started out. It seems like every master plan starts out with a plan to have sex, and then somehow it's like, oh, this is my girlfriend now. So
Yeah, it'd be like that. Y'all do some of the darndest things in these things called relationships.
Yeah, I mean, I see. I've never done speed dating or any of those kind of things. So to me, that's more deliberate. Like you're actually trying to, get in a relationship specifically, and you're really searching for it. And I think because of the way society is, not just COVID, be pre-COVID, is the idea of meeting somebody and just out and about seems like it's dead, like a dead thing. And he says, nah, you got to play it cool, Kente. Let them find you. All right, player. Luke.
Who did that?
Luke. Yeah. But
Luke, you're not my friend no more.
Well, okay, we can talk about this. And then we'll go back to it. The truth is, it's a buyer's market for men, I would say.
Or
because we have the numbers advantage. So it's more of y'all than there are of us. So being that the numbers game, if you go at it from a like someone who hasn't eaten in 3 months, and if you go at it like that, you're gonna always lose.
Yeah.
But if you go at it from a standpoint of of your stomach is full, so anything you add to it is just icing on the cake. You tend to work out better for you, right? Because you don't like a guy that seems like he's desperate. Like,
okay, so we live in a culture where we use words so harshly. I don't necessarily want you to be desperate, but what is technically considered desperate these days? Because even people showing interest is considered being thirsty. I'm like, yo, let me pour another glass for you then, because I need you to be interested in me.
I'm glad you said that, because I don't like that. How
okay.
I don't like that is if a guy's showing interest, he's thirsty automatically, or if a woman is. I mean, I guess there is thirst. I don't know what the line is between thirsty and.
Well, then I'm thirsty all the time. Okay.
I mean, and I would like people in the chat room. What is the line? What's up, Dre? What is the line between thirsty and just interested?
L. Varner said, "Can I get a refill?" I feel like a girl at the bar who's been there too much. I mean, can we just be interested in each other like that? I want another refill. Call it whatever you want.
I've heard this quite a bit. What's up, Ryan?
All right.
I've come across this mindset is I like somebody until they start liking me, and then then I don't like them no more, or I'm more into people who are either casually or not really that interested. Then I got to pursue them.
I like everybody. How about that? Nobody likes me.
No, that's not true. But
this is a replay. This is deja vu. I said this the same time last year. I like everybody and nobody likes me.
Luke says being interested makes me interesting. Makes me interesting? Being interested makes me interesting? Interesting.
What does that mean?
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Oh, you over there cussing?
Yeah, I accidentally.
Mama with that dirty mouth.
I had, you know what? No. This is, I never liked the term thirsty. If you're interested, show me.
Sis, fill up a big picture. I mean, I'm just.
But is it that they're not? Hey, what's up?
how thirsty I be, y'all. So I'm just saying, this is 128 ounces of water, and I just gonna drink it all tonight because I be thirsty. Okay.
Hey, Madisol.
So, thirsty. Stay thirsty, my little friends. Thirsty.
Yeah, but then again, though, is it thirsty if you're interested in the guy? I mean, if you're not interested in the guy.
I mean, that's just like, it ain't tricking if you got it. I mean, no, it's not thirsty if you interested.
So all the guys or girls that you're not interested, that show you interest, are thirsty, and the ones that you are into are not.
They're not thirsty. They're just not for you. I mean, and that's the problem. We want to label everyone's behavior as X, Y, and Z to fit a trend. They just happen to be interested in you. The reality is they don't know the real you, and they're interested in some false or cheap imitation of you.
Luke says people.
9 times out of 10.
Luke says people like it when you listen to them. Yeah, they do, but it doesn't mean that they like you as far as.
They might just like you for what you do for them and not for who you are.
Yeah. I mean, everyone likes to be listened to, but that doesn't mean that you're gonna end up being with them, because then sometimes they'll just have you as the listening post. That's your if I having a problem with my boyfriend or girlfriend, if I'm having money issues, if Susie at the job is getting on my nerves, then you're a sounding post. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna want to be with you. They just enjoy that they can come to you, and sometimes they love that aspect of you so much they just want to keep you at that. Let's see what Joshua says. I've come across people before that just into what I'm saying and will base their interests and opinions on mine. I'm already intimate with myself. I need someone with their own thoughts.
Man, listen, Josh, I don't know you, but I'm going to know you well enough to take that line. I'm already intimate with myself. I need to put that on a t-shirt. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Look, low key, I actually like it when I love it when people share my thoughts, because my thoughts are pretty awesome. So so I don't have
I call that runaway bride syndrome. Hey, boo girl, I got my earrings today. I just want you to know, and I'm gonna wear them on Friday on the other podcast.
That's what's up. So I don't know. You don't know which way they're, huh? Let me see what. Oh, okay. She's talking about what he said.
Don't know which way they like their eggs.
Yeah.
Like scrambled hard.
No problemo. So I don't know. Like, it's so interesting how we make something that shouldn't be complicated so complicated, right? The idea of, what's up, Angela? The idea of just. Oh yeah. Hold on a second. The idea of y'all shouldn't have saw that.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, thank God I don't have anything naughty up in there. It's funny how we make something so that shouldn't be so difficult. And I'm just saying, like, why do you think, what is that about us that we do that, where it shouldn't be that hard, right? We did a show similar. Mm-hmm.
Too many options. We're in this microwave society. We're spoiled AF, and we think that we need to have everything our way. We don't know when to bend, and I mean, that doesn't mean be a doormat, but compromising and not getting upset that they don't meet everything on our checklist. You don't even meet everything on your checklist.
Mm. You think it's the way that we view people? Because I think one thing about online dating and online hooking up or whatever is then you start seeing humans as body parts, right? You start seeing them. Right. So it's like, oh, well, she got a nice rack. He got some abs.
I borrowed these from the best surgeon in Miami.
What's up, Ryan? I mean,
if y'all to give y'all a referral, I got you.
So, can you hear us, Ryan?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, very good.
Ryan, what you doing here?
So
I don't know. I just saw you guys online, so I wanted to hop in.
Oh, okay.
So
Because I love y'all.
Let me ask you this, Ryan, because we were just talking about this. Do you think the nature of online dating and hooking up and all of that kind of stuff just kind of turns you into seeing people as not really human, but like body parts and whatnot?
You know what? I don't think online dating is for everybody.
It's
And I just got onto Bumble. And I actually had a really good experience on it because I don't text. I think that in order for people to really see my personality, I didn't know they had a voice feature. So I sent voice messages and I got better response using voice message and using video so that people can see, because I'm animated, but Shannon knows I don't write worth a damn. And I'm not a good writer, so I can't articulate certain things. I'm really boring, right? So I think that if people can get a sense of who you are, because they don't know who you, the whole thing with online dating is trust. You know, especially from a male's point of view, it's you're building trust with someone you don't know, and a lot of people are like, hey, what's up? But if you do voice message, then it totally advances the conversation so that they can get a full read of who you are before they engage. I know a lot of people like me because I'll come on a show, you know, they'll see me throughout my day doing what I do. Then they get to know me. But on online dating, how are you supposed to compress that all in a place where people are specifically looking for a life partner?
Are we looking for life partners on online?
Some of us are.
Not online, but life partner, yes, please.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, I think we're only objects until you make yourself human. And you know what I mean?
You said you went deep, right? You touching me.
What did you say?
I think we were talking about you ain't deep and you over here touching our inner part.
Yeah, you got to make yourself human, but I think that sometimes you got to be smart on what tools you use to articulate. Because I was thinking maybe I just do crazy video, like photos, and put them throughout, like tell a story. Because I'm an artist, right? Yeah. I could tell a story through my photos. I could tell stories through different ways. I could tell stories by poetry, or I could just talk to the person using voice chat and completely changes the demographics. I just think that we need to get past, I think dating's just like sales. The biggest thing when you're meeting people for the first time is trust. If you can get beyond that barrier and make people laugh, then you're no longer an object.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know. I think, I consider myself such a regular guy, so I don't think I ever will be seen as an object. But, so, is that that goes down for us dudes too on there?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Can I say?
Sure.
As a black male in my city, I'm often objectified. First and foremost, there's so many layers to just dating, for a woman to decide if they want to date me. Could you imagine? They look at you and they're like, he's black because his forehead, he looks Sinhalese. Maybe he's, you know what I mean? Like maybe he's because there's a lot of what the white women have told me. They're like, because that's all I get access to on the dating app. A lot of black women don't go on these dating apps. So, the white women say, well, a lot of the African guys are very aggressive. They say, have you ever tried dark meat before? A lot of these things, right? So a lot of women are already programmed to swiping left on my profile because I look like all the other dudes. So that's one object. And then when I talk to them, they're expecting me to be like, what's up, baby? What's going on? They want me to serenade them throughout the text. And I'm a little bit more intellectual. I actually want to talk about world politics. Maybe let's talk about what we do. I had one lady said, you know what, Ryan? you seem like a guy that likes to network. How are you adapting to this ever-changing climate? That was the first relatively smart question that I've received in all of my dating, because no one's really interested. You have to think, a lot of the women that had swiped right on me, and us men, we like right. We don't look. We just go right. So the women that I received, a lot of them were like, because they think that because Black people don't smile and we don't have personality, and we're Caribbean here, so they think that I'm Jamaican and that we don't smile, and so they come off a completely different way. But when they talk to the white brothers and sisters, they have human conversations. When it comes to me, they're dealing with me as a label, as, you know what I mean? And my sister deals with it at being a Black woman. Do Black men do this better than I can? And all these questions. So all these layers before they get to the individual, if they get to the individual.
They want to see the BBC, right?
Exactly. No, straight up.
Right. Yeah, they want to get down with that. But wait, let me repost this question, because I did say that I feel like I'm just a regular guy.
What is the definition of a regular guy? Because everybody's definition looks different, I suppose.
When I say I'm a regular guy, I mean, like, I don't think there's nothing extremely special about myself as far as like that I'll stand out in a crowd or something like that. Whereas some people, they just have that thing where they just stand out, and they almost like a star when they're not even in that kind of arena. So, I don't think I'm, me personally, I don't think like I stand out like that. So, but it's like one of those things where I'm one of those people that I feel like when you get to meet me and, know me, then, maybe you'll see other qualities, but I don't just automatically jump off the thing, whatever. So that's what I meant by that. And then I'm a 98% left. Well, okay, I'm so ignorant. Swiping left is you want her?
Canceling.
I was like, I don't know either, because I don't do none of that.
So right
Swiping
means
left,
you want her.
Yeah, you want her. Rejected.
Oh, so left is rejection. Okay.
Joshua's smart, because the algorithms actually, the way that they make their money's for dumb people like myself that swipe right on everybody. They make their money because you run out of likes and you're like, okay, I want to spend more. So you buy more so that you keep on swiping. And then they never put your profile up in the queue because they think you have no standards. So you have to do the opposite. You have to swipe left on a lot of people and pick the one. There's like data queues. You have to swipe left to say no, but you got to look for the data queues and say, oh, she's Christian, I like her. Oh, she's Christian, I like her. She's Muslim, I don't like her. I want Christian. And you got to train the algorithms to know what your preference is. But if you swiping left and right and don't know what you like, you're not reading the profiles, they don't match you up with the right people.
What if she's Scientologist? What are you swiping?
I'm not swiping. I'm swiping left on all religion. If she's open to spirituality, or if she's Christian and she's open to me being who I am, I'm good.
Well, I love Jesus, so wait, which one is the keeper? Wait, the keeper is the right. So, yeah. Because I love Jesus. I'm not going to hell. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know, man. It's just very interesting, though. All of this stuff. We actually uncovered on a previous episode that you can actually get hookups through your Bible app. So, for real though. So right, you can actually hook up through the Bible app. So
you lying about that.
But look, I know people who've met each other on Xbox Live.
Well, we met people met each other on Blab. I mean, like, you do meet people. You come across, when you get a chance to be in a social setting with people, that's your opportunity to shoot your shot.
Look, I'm all for shooting shots everywhere. You guys know this. I don't think there's a bad place to shoot shots.
Your shots though in her walls, and then you don't want to be a daddy.
At a funeral, at a bar mitzvah, at a look. I feel like you gotta shoot your shot wherever you can shoot it. But
no, don't do that because you might end up a daddy. Don't shoot your shot.
I didn't say shoot your shot into her at the bar mitzvah.
Can I say something?
Uh-huh.
I had people tell me that they go on Christian Mingle and they say the horniest MFers are on Christian Mingle.
That's what I heard.
Really? They got an app, right?
I'm not on there either, though.
Yeah, cause the horniest because I don't know what it is. It's there's just like some people are saving themselves for marriage and then they're a little bit too aggressive on the DMs. Like, hey, you want to meet tomorrow? 5 o'clock. I got a 5 o'clock.
Renee is funny. She said, I met a guy at a funeral. That's what I'm saying.
Mean, you probably did when you walked up to the casket. Did you say hello?
Yardley had the greatest line. I think it was on our second episode because that came up like on our second episode. And Yardley said what better thing you're seeing one of your friends dead in the casket. That shows you right there that life is for the living. And I gotta find that clip. It's hilarious.
I remember. Yardley's the best.
That was I had me on the floor. But what do y'all think about empty flirting?
Flirting that goes nowhere?
Yeah. Do you feel like flirting should always have a purpose or what do y'all think about empty flirting?
No, flirting is good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you may wink at somebody while you walking past the aisle in grocery store and just out of just who you are. But if you are continually flirting with this person with no intention to take them home, let me tell you, I will let you borrow this knife on my dresser right now, okay?
I think
okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think flirting, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but flirting is natural process of showing that you think someone's attractive, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you want a relationship. I think flirting is a tool. And people, I watched this show on Netflix where these people were flirting with each other. It was like a catfish kind of show where they all in a room and then they got a camera and they either put their real identity or they don't put their identity, and then they have to text each other and they have to develop a relationship through texting. So I just watched it and I realized like flirting is a tool. Flirting gets stuff done, right? Flirting, is a way of just showing you're attracted to somebody and you're just having fun. But I think the intention of a relationship, I don't think flirting is an indication that I want to be in a relationship with you. I think people misuse flirting. Huh?
That part. They misuse it. I'm like, don't flirt with me then.
Just so that I can answer Marisol's question. Empty flirting is flirting with no purpose. It's just you're just flirting just to be flirting. So it's not really going to lead anywhere or anything like that. So that's basically what I'm talking about. Empty flirting. So get out my face with that.
Definitely like fun boy.
Yeah, it's like you may go somewhere all the time, and let's say you go to a certain place, and a guy works there, or and then he's always, oh man, your dress look nice today, your earrings, whatever. He's always, but he don't really, he's just always giving you all these, validations, as somebody would say.
What's wrong with validations? I don't get it.
Validation is for parking, honey.
So, I mean,
say
how do you
something
feel?
Like, is it okay to say something nice to someone to the opposite sex?
Compliments are one thing. Validation, I don't need nobody validating.
So, she says, "What's wrong with that ego booster?" I mean, how do you feel about it though? If somebody's constantly doing that, but they don't necessarily like it don't go nowhere. It's like he's just, I'm saying this person's single. So we're not saying it's like some married guy that's like just giving you compliments or whatever.
Flattery is Machiavelli the Prince. If you ever read that book,
Great book.
Flattery is a strategy that get you killed. Because flattery, sometimes people could be like, because in our community, they'd be like, look at you and your little job.
Yeah, all right.
I just want to be like you. That's a way of flirting in a way, because they're like trying to puff you up and being like, look at you, Mr. Hustle Zone with your little podcast, right? Like people are constantly flattering, and sometimes there's ill intent behind the flattering. Puffs you up when maybe your podcast is not the greatest, right? So they'll say things to kind of manipulate you to get what they want. That's why I say flirting is additional, because you're appealing to the opposite sex or same sex or whomever you want to deal with, and you're getting to them from another angle using hormones, right? And you're appealing to them in a different way. Once the hormones are activated, you get stuff done. We never ever think that this is not. I don't believe that there's anything called empty flirting. I think there was a transaction that was had, but you were too caught up in your feelings to realize that the transaction was already done. Maybe
you with me and we go together. That's my 2020 answer to everything. So I go with like 29 people right now, and I just want y'all to know I love each and every one of y'all.
Yeah. I don't know, but I feel like some guys use flirting as a trial balloon. So what they do is, like, we'll use Shannon, for example. They want to get with Shannon, but they just want to make sure that it's kind of mutual. So they keep throwing those trial balloons up, hoping that you'll say, come on in. And when it doesn't happen, it just kind of, when you don't give them that, okay, I'm interested in what you're selling, then that's when they just kind of, either they'll just keep with the flirting, or they just, it goes nowhere. So it's almost like a way of, I'm shooting my shot, but not really. I'm kind of shooting my shot, but I don't want to get turned down. I don't want Shannon to be like, hell no, So it's that fear.
But that's what happens. We all take risks. Let me see how many risks I done taken in the last 3 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, one too many to count. But let me just say, if you do not take the risk, or as Sly or more Cruz said, the horrible shot, I'm paraphrasing, is the shot that you do not take. So,
yeah. But I've been studying this for quite some time, and I realize that
you study wrong.
Yeah. Well, no, I've been because looking at this from an analytical perspective, what I realize is that when I bypassed the texting and started using my voice, conversation happened. And I think you don't shoot your shot when you're actually having a real conversation with somebody. How many of us, you look at somebody, you think they're gorgeous, you want to be with them, but that's just lust, right? That's just attraction, right? But how many of us actually bypass all that and just try to have a conversation with a person and talk about stuff that you're mutually interested in? Because then you don't got to shoot your shot, because you're like, hey, first it's a Facebook post, because we do this all online. You're like, blah, blah, blah. I agree with you, blah, blah, blah. Then you go in the DMs. You're like, you know what you said was really awesome. What you said was great, da, 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 da. And then you guys start developing that relationship. Hey, can I call you?
No.
Yes. Oh, I can't call you. Okay, that's okay. Let's chat tomorrow. There's ways of developing a relationship and then saying, hey, you know what? You want to go for a movie? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? I think that's that's what I was trying to say last time I was on the show, because it's developing that friendship, that chemistry. But, it's so hard to shoot. Some people can just shoot their shot. But I think that most people just need to be engaged first. There needs to be comfort first before you start, trying to land a shot with somebody. You have to feel comfortable yourself Because if you feel uncomfortable and you're shooting your shot, she's going to get that energy anyway.
Yeah.
You know, the best place, I think for a lot of guys feel a lot more confident to shoot their shot is when they're on a trip or they're like away from home. So then, you know, you feel like, well, you know, it's not like I'm going to see her at the Piggly Wiggly, you know, because I'm leaving next Tuesday anyway. So
An infatuation with the Piggly Wiggly.
I guess it was from what's the one where he's driving Miss Daisy. But anyway, so a lot of guys when they on vacation, because I used to hang out in Vegas a lot, right? And you just shooting your shot because you know you're only gonna be there for so long. You're on vacation anyway, so you're more relaxed. You probably got your best go out clothes you wearing. You know what I'm saying? So you just like I'm gonna just shoot my shot all over the strip. You know, so so I think that's sometimes people on vacation, they tend to shoot their shot. At least guys. I don't know, like you vacation a lot, Shannon. Are you more aggressive when you're out, like when you're not at home and you're like, do you get more aggressive?
You talking to me?
No, Shannon.
Oh, sorry.
Because she
Shannon.
travels a lot.
I'm the same person that you were talking to on the phone. I'm the same person that you get text messages from. I don't have to be more aggressive. I just am who I am. You either like it or you don't.
Okay.
You either want it or you don't.
What about you, Ryan? When you're away from home, do you feel more like, yeah, like, you know, when you're in the Caribbean or wherever you go, do you be like, yeah, I'm Ryan from Canada. That's right, girls. You know,
a little bit more because you're drunk. You're on the Jamaican. There was one girl named Malinka that I met. The sunset was beautiful. The moon was out and it was a half crescent. I'm walking along the beach with this girl. You know, I enjoyed because you're in a club and the thing is that there's no like, hey, can I take you out on a date? Can I dance with you? You just go and dance with the person. You talk to the person. You're friends with the person. But the idea of not getting put in the friend zone is when you get comfortable and when you see both people are comfortable, the body language is relaxed, that's when you shoot your shot. Yeah. You know what I mean? And no doesn't ever mean that you won't get an opportunity to shoot your shot again. Sometimes no is just like, you know what? I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not ready. But you try again in a different way or different manner if you know that there's interest. And women, I find that women show interest. Women will flick their hair. They'll do something. They'll put on the red lipstick. They'll bring it out. They'll break the glass and bring out the red lipstick to put it on so that you know. And it's like, hey, Shannon, nice lipstick. You know, like nice earrings. I know, you know what I mean? You compliment on those sort of things. Like, I think you see the interest. But if you don't have any chemistry and you try to shoot your shot, like, good luck. You're gambling at that point. I think that's what most people need to do. And we also have to remember the catcalling era stems from patriarchy. It stems from how things used to be, where you would you know what I mean? How you would catcall somebody to come over to your way. Now, women don't need to be catcalled. You just need to engage. And if she wants you to back off, back up. She don't like you. Move on. There's billions of women out there. You don't need to focus your energy on just one chick. And I think that's the problem that most men get wrong. Is that you put a woman on a pedestal so much so that you forget that there's other options. And I think when you put one person on a pedestal, she gets that energy and she's like, man, you're creepy. Hey, Shannon, how's it going? Hey, Shannon. Hey. Look at me. I could do the robot.
That's funny. That would get Shannon though, if you know how to do the robot perfectly. But
yeah, that would not get my attention. But if you were talking about the tacos.
So if you own a taco truck, I mean, you're just gonna get married to him.
I'm just saying.
Hilarious. You and them tacos for real. No, I just think it's I think it's just very interesting how people, come up with their little game plans of how they're gonna engage with the opposite sex. And I do sometimes I do feel for some women because the way that society's set up is more so that you wait to be approached, right? So if we're not approaching, what happens, right? That means you got to kind of break quote unquote protocol and go after what you want, or tilt the scales a little bit to be like, hey, if you, I'm here, whereas with us, it's all about us pursuing what we want and going for it. So if you like a guy and maybe he does like you, but for whatever reason, he's not shooting his shot, it's not going to happen, right?
No, it's not.
So, and like women do give those cues that Ryan was talking about. You're talking to her and, it may be something like biting her bottom lip, that's one of the good ones. The way that, some women twirl in their hair a certain way, or they give you that look like, there's a look like, she says, if I got to approach you, then I don't even want you no more. Anymore. Yeah. It depends on, most women tell you what it is. You feel me? Let's see. Exactly, Ryan. I ain't a cat. Yeah. So it's really not that hard to read the signs. It's really not that hard. Most women, they want you, if they like you, they want you to pursue. So they'll give you all the things. Yeah, the clues. And
some women pursue you. Like the last date that I had, she pursued me. I didn't pursue her. I think that it just depends on the situation, and I think we need to get past the stigma of just telling someone, "Hey, I think you're attractive," because both people are just doing, people dancing around it. And then in this climate, in the Me Too climate, most men don't want to approach.
Right.
Most men don't want to say nothing. We want to give a woman her space for her to decide what she wants to do, because we don't want it to be read the wrong way. And we don't want it to be that we're creepy, because especially when women don't like you, they use words and adjectives like, oh, he's creepy. And a man don't want to hear that either, because
right.
we just like you. We just want to get to know you a little bit better. So, we don't always want to be looked at as being aggressive.
That's funny. It's real. That is totally real, Stephanie. That's funny though. That is funny. And welcome, Monica, Black Diamond.
Hey.
So but I'll say this. I'm from the era where you asked the girl for her number, right? The whole thing was like you get numbers. You go to the mall with your boys and you try to see who got the most numbers. That BS, right? Now you don't ask for numbers no more. It's like, are you on Instagram? Because that's almost like non-committal. Like if I'm asking you for your number, unless we're exchanging business, it's because I'm trying to get at you, in a romantic way. If I say, oh, are you on Instagram? It's almost like, oh, well, it's not totally committing to, right. It's kind of leaving a little gray area,
Yeah.
So
I'm still out.
Right. So it's like, oh, I could just be I just want your Instagram because, oh, you do interesting things and I want to check it out. But really, I want to get in your DM so that, possibly something get out. I never get out of my Instagram or Facebook. Oh man, you make it see. So it's either you better come hard or don't come at all with Stephanie. But let's see. Wait, what is this? Guys don't ask for numbers. Yeah. I don't actually the whole number thing, it's pretty much almost dead. I mean, when's the last time, Ryan, you asked a girl for her number? I'm talking about like somebody you didn't already know very well.
I think in the early 2000s before I met my, child's mother.
Yeah, see, that's a long.
I would be like, "What's your number?" Actually, no. In 2014, I think I was at I was hosting an award show, and I asked a girl for her number, Samara or something like that. But I don't know. I think that asking number is corny. I really believe that I would rather date within my circle of influence or on an app where it's mutually. People know why they're there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, as an introvert, I don't feel comfortable approaching someone out of the blue, being like, "Hey, can I have your number? I think you're cute." I think I'm beyond that. I think looks just, you gotta vibe with me on a lot of other things than just looks.
Mm.
I don't want to, like, as a father as well, I don't want to be dating all the time either. So I'm just a little, asking for roses.
I think I'm like, I don't know, asking for like, if a person asks for my Instagram and like more of a media thing, I take it more like, got a friend. But if they,
we live in Canada.
but I'm old school. I like it that they ask for the number. For me, it's more of a private thing. It's more of an I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I'm old school. I like the whole like,
can I get your number?
Guy saying, "Hey, you know what? Give me your number." I'll be like, "No, I'll give you my Instagram." And honestly, I don't give anybody my number. So if I give you my number, it's more like we're at a different level. It's like second base for me. My phone number is my personal number. Period. Yeah. I think that's a personal thing. I hate it when people have my number.
Give them your Google number.
Or like your friend Audrey.
Ass number.
You know what Audrey did? Shannon's buddy.
I like it when they ask for it. I'll give it to them if I feel like it. If I'm not in the mood to give out my number, I'll just be like, I don't give out my personal number, but I'll give my Instagram or whatever. I usually do that if I don't feel like I want to get that connected with them. But that's just a personal preference of mine.
Can I say too that Canada is different? Canada, we are, we have a lot of social awareness, right? When it comes to feminism, racism and discrimination, even though some will argue that even, but there is just a different approach. You don't just, not saying that people don't ask for numbers. It's just that the way that things are structured and the way that our culture is, we're very sensitive to just making sure that we're giving people their space. You know what I mean? And when you go to Jamaica, it's different. When you go to different places, it's different. Maybe in some places in the States. In Canada, you really, like, feminism and all that stuff, you really have to respect people for their, unless you're at a bar and, you're, having fun or whatever. But I don't really see catcalling, anymore. I don't see that anymore here.
The lost art of catcalling. It used to be at construction sites, and I remember those days. Terrible. But I don't know, man. I honestly feel like I don't know, everything seems so disconnected now. Like
it's with a pandemic.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about pre-pandemic though. Like I said, I was just so shocked that so many, like, I remember I said this on the show once. I met a girl, I was dating this girl, and they asked me, "Oh, how'd you guys meet?" A dude asked me, "How'd y'all meet?" And I was like, "At the grocery store." And he was like, "You met a girl like in public?" Like, it was like just surprising. And I'm like, "Yeah, ain't that how you meet women?" Like, and then he was just like, "Nah, man, online." I remember that was a dirty word. That was a dirty thing. Like, no one admitted they hooked up, or they could be talking to someone online and they would like not tell you that because it was such a stigma. Now it's the thing, it's the thing. It's the way that you meet people. And I mean, I hate that though. It's so impersonal. Like, I like the idea of going somewhere and meeting somebody and getting to know them and all that kind of stuff. So
feeling their energy.
Either. You don't be followed home. You don't want them to know where you live. You don't necessarily want them to know what kind of car you drive, because everybody is not decent and everybody is not normal and everybody is not.
I'm gonna tell you, you ever go to events where there's like young people there, and it's like the guys and the girls are not really interacting with each other.
Yeah, they interact with the same gender.
Yeah, that is like so bizarre. Like we used to love those things. I mean, now I sound like somebody from like the Great Depression or something.
You are,
but like, like that was the thing. You would go to a social event, you'd have a good time. The guys and the girls would talk to each other. Or this is the thing. I freaking hate this. My nephew, who just graduated from Fisk University, shout out to him. Before he went to college, he went on a college tour.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's from Chicago. So we came down. He was at a Chili's and it was with him and like 17 other black boys from Chicago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I go to the Chili's, because I don't get a chance to see my nephew a lot. And then I noticed all the kids were sitting next to each other, but they were on their phones talking to people that weren't there. And I'm sitting there like, you have human beings right next to you. Like, I hate that shit.
They're not built like that. Like millennials, and I'm not saying all, but some millennials and most zennials are not built like that. They're not built to have engagement or to have conversations face to face where their noun and verb agreement actually makes sense without using emojis and 3-letter words like LOL and OMG and IKR. Like, they're not built like that.
There's a certain younger person who she will remain nameless that I think Shannon met in person that is close to me, who she's such a millennial. Like, she can't be somewhere and not be somewhere else. It's like I almost want to just snatch her phone. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like her daddy or something. Just be like, give me that freaking, like, you're here with human beings.
That's a role of engagement. So when you go out with people like that, take one of those boxes or pull your purse out or pull out your bag and be like, hey, drop your phone.
Right.
Each other at the table. We are going to have conversations, play games. Now, if y'all all got your phones out, I might encourage y'all to download the House Party app and we can play games at the table out in public. But other than that, nah, bro, put that phone down.
I freaking hate it, man. I hate it. I hate that it's just so disconnected. And it's like, you're here.
We don't like each other in real life.
Yeah, it's like, I want to just, people always say, oh, what if it's an emergency or something, or what the damn emergency? Well, you ain't no doctor. Like, what emergency is it that you got to have your phone up?
If it's an emergency, I gotta go. See y'all later.
Or you ever go somewhere with just a friend, and they're like on their Instagram, like you're having dinner or something, and they're on their Instagram, and you're like, what? I'll have to check to see what's going on in Instagram.
Hey, I take out my phone for 2 things: to take pictures of my food.
I do that.
The food on the internet, and to turn my ringer off. Make sure my ringer is off, because I hate to hear the phone ring when I'm engaging someone face to face.
Right. It drives me nuts. But anyway, that's my rant about the young people of today. So.
It's true though. I mean, the only time I have my phone out and people know it, like the whole time, is when I'm on call for work. I'm like, yo, I'm on call. I'm sorry. It is what it is, but I'm spending time with you.
I'm a person that brings out their phone when I'm bored though. Because because if it's not going anywhere, I'm like, I'll turn it off and stuff like that. But if I'm already done with the conversation, I'll just be like, okay, let me just get some work done, because it's obvious that this situation is bored. Because I get bored. I mean,
on a date though?
Pardon?
You do that on a date?
Not on a date,
Not a
Ryan.
date.
Oh,
Not on a
okay,
date.
okay.
Like, just in general. You said friendships, right? Like
Right,
sometimes I just pull out my phone when I'm bored. If I'm not being engaged. But I am a person that does bring up their phones periodically because I got 3 social media accounts that need to be. I'm
Not good, right?
sorry.
There's some poor excuses, bro.
Steph and
So-
you always tell me about my poor excuses.
So
I'm
if
getting
me and you are
frustrated.
hanging out one day, and you bring out your phone, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna be like, I'm boring, huh? Pow.
I'm
Well,
like,
well, sometimes there's like, you're talking with somebody and there's no engagement, or I'll take the time. Like if we're in a car or something, I'll go on the phone, try to get, because like I work off my phone. So sometimes I got to answer emails and stuff like that. I tried not to be rude, but there'll just be times where I pull out the phone.
Now, can
I
I
actually,
go ahead.
like when I'm with somebody, I actually put my phone down. I don't even like to look at the screen because I know that it's a distraction for me. Like I'm so used to picking up my phone, especially like with Ryan, for example, when we're working or whatever. But if I know that I'm in a moment that I need to be 100% full focused, I put my phone down. Like my screen is down. I don't even pay attention to it. I'm actually really good for that, for sure.
now if I'm on a date and I need to see something inappropriate,
I don't even touch my phone.
I might send you a text message instead of saying it out loud. But that's the whole thing.
Yeah, on a date, I wouldn't even touch my phone. I probably wouldn't even have it on, to tell you the truth. But that's just me.
See, I appreciate that. Yeah.
I mean, on a date with you?
Hey, Miss Amy, in the chat.
I wouldn't, no, because I think it's rude. I mean, like you're trying to know somebody. And if you were to put out your phone or you're getting calls, I mean, mind you, some people have kids and all that. I get that. But I'll be honest with you, you're just starting to get to know somebody. So if that person's going to give you their time, you got to give them yours.
But see, the thing with Monica is a social butterfly. She just knows how to be social. No, it's true. Like Monica was one of the most popularest girls in high school.
I believe it.
She always had friends. I'm not that kind of person. I'm completely different. So people who have friends know how to be courteous and be part of the conversation. Us introverts, we just like,
okay, but pause. Introvert for me is like someone that won't even go on a date, that won't even talk to other people. You talk to people fine in general.
Yeah, but I do like to take my time to go on my phone. I do like to do that.
That's just, but okay, fine. But Ryan is like such a great person to talk to. I know that like introvertness does not go in there. If he likes you, he'll talk to you, period. Yeah. Period. Yeah.
Carlos says, I have business and I have kids, so I answer my phone. Okay, if you're going on a date, if you're going on a date in the late night or like 8 p.m. or whatever, early evenings or whatever, I mean, really though, I mean your kids are grown, so I think they're okay. I don't think you need, I don't think I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna hurt themselves on the swing set, and you got to run.
I want 100% attention. Period. If you want my respect and you want me to put you on a pedestal of priority and like showing affection and show like my time is important just like yours, then if I'm giving you my 10 minutes or an hour, then you better give me your 10 minutes an hour. Period.
Okay. Yeah. He says if his daughter calls at 2 a.m. Wait, if you're doing your date still at 2 a.m., I mean, imagine you.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you might be doing like something else there, buddy. You might be doing something else there instead of the date. So exactly. I'm just saying. But at 2 a.m., yeah, I think the date should be over. or something else is going down.
What's your date at?
Yeah.
That's what
I don't know, man. I don't know. I've experienced the phone on the date, and you just sitting there like, really? Or you ever have somebody go, oh wait, let me just answer this call, and then they just stay on the phone, and you're like, wow, like really? You're just gonna keep talking, huh? And they ain't talking about shit.
You don't. Ryan, you do that?
I talk on the phone when you're in the room all the time.
No, but on a date?
Not on a date, no. I turn that off. Not on a date, but like I will take
I was gonna say, like,
if there's an important call, I will take it.
Oh yeah. But talking in a date wise.
Yeah. 2 a.m. is not a date.
You gotta know when to do it. You gotta know there are times someone goes to the bathroom, you go on your phone and you handle your business, or you look and check your messages, or go on Tinder to check to see what other messages that you got going on.
Let me ask.
I'm playing.
Can I? Let me ask you guys this question about dating etiquette. Can I ask you guys about some dating etiquette questions? Right?
Sure.
What's moral and immoral to do? Now you mentioned the girl or the guy goes to the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's say it's a first date, or you're not in a committed relationship. It's just a trial balloon as a date, right? And then somebody else runs to your table and gives you the number. Do you take it?
But depends on the situation. Are these a friend? Like, I don't get it.
No, somebody sees you, and then they wait till your date goes to the bathroom, and then they're like, "Hey, in case that don't work out with this guy, here's my number."
That's bold.
Oh, I've never been in that situation. That'd be a hell of a bold.
Would that be jerky for you if you decided to take his number?
I mean,
that's ridiculous. If it's a friend and you're like, "Oh, let's be friends, let's keep in touch," and
right,
fine. But if it's like oh, let's get together just in case this doesn't work out, that's kind of
the motive in which they came to you was wrong. So yeah,
exactly. You don't mess with people that have no integrity. When you don't have integrity, you won't treat.
Yeah. Are they attractive?
Now, if they put their number over with a couple of tacos.
Oh, then it's okay, right? With the tacos.
I might look twice, but I'll be like, "No, I'm good, thank you."
So, I mean,
it's a backup.
Are you a jerk? Or if I did that in that situation, or somebody else, am I a jerk if I took the number? Because I don't know where this date's going. I'm like, okay.
Yes, you would.
I would be a jerk. I never
You're
done that.
Big time jerk with all the swear words. Yeah, hell yeah.
There's
beep.
You are a jerk. There's a vibe that you get when you do stuff. There's a vibe that you give off when you do something wrong. It totally would mess up my vibe if I took the number, because then she's looking at you at the other table like, so you're not even, I think there's integrity. Chances are you probably will see that person again. And maybe you're not in a relationship, but you can shoot your shot then. But like,
I don't know, man. You may not get a chance to see Monica or Shannon or whoever. So maybe you take your shot when you take it, bro. You got to do it. She don't. What if I notice?
Talking about this is like the last day on Earth or some shit.
What if you notice? you never people watch? Do y'all people watch at a restaurant?
When I used to go before the pandemic, yeah.
Okay, so then you ain't never seen a couple on a date, and then you could tell she's not into him, or vice versa.
Ooh, ouch.
Maybe you notice something that this is probably not going to be. They're probably not going to be another date. So
ouch.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying I would do that. I'm just saying. That's how it goes down,
Low self-esteem, bruh. Low self-esteem. Some people that do that kind of stuff have no self-respect for themselves. They should know better. to be taking phone numbers.
Taking phone numbers on the date?
Yeah, that's no self-esteem because they're just playing up on their ego. They're like, oh my God, you remember back in days when we were kids and we would count numbers?
Oh yeah, I used to do that religiously. Yeah,
Wait,
that was my thing.
well, I kind of came in with a missing section of the show.
Yeah, that's
What
funny.
Like counting how many dates you go on? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh no, so we're saying that we're talking about dating etiquette, right? So if you were on a date, like a first date, you're not dating. I mean, you're not married to them. You're just on a first date, and that the person you're going on a date with goes to the bathroom, and then for in your case, a young lady comes over to you and says, "Hey, if it doesn't work out with her, here's my number." Are you a jerk for taking her number?
No, I mean, I'm just trying to be polite. Like I don't want to like. So yes, I'm a jerk for taking the number, and two, I'm taking the number anyway.
Okay.
So hold on, and so here's the reasons why. One, I don't. If I turn her down, then it gets into a conversation of like, why? Come on, it turns into that kind of conversation where she might be more on the fishy side. I mean, she already approached me, so she's a little bit more aggressive than the average Joe. And so I'm just like, okay, that ends the conversation. I take the number. Doesn't mean I need to use it or anything like that, right? And then she goes away. So that way, if the person comes back from the bathroom, it's not like I don't have to get to an explanation as to why was she there talking to me. Does that make sense?
No, I mean I hear what you're saying. For real, I'm gonna take the number so I can dead the situation real quick. Then I'm gonna tell my date.
Exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because I know women. Women are like, oh well, what? Two things are gonna happen if you don't take the number. She's gonna have an attitude with me, which then turns into a scene, and then the girl I'm on a date with is gonna come out, and I'm like, oh great, now I gotta explain it, right?
Right.
Or she's gonna still try to push the number towards me and say, oh, come on, you're not married or anything, are you? And get into that conversation. And again, the person doesn't come out of the bathroom and like, what's that about? So take the number, maybe throw them a wink, have them walk away and end the conversation. And then you go out your business.
Okay, that's a great question then. Okay, Shannon and Monica, you come back from the bathroom and your date is like, look, I'm gonna just tell you that girl over there gave me her number, but I don't want it. I just did it so she'll just leave. What happens next?
Nothing. I mean, did you order already?
Okay, so you're gonna let it. Okay, so you're not gonna.
There you go, girl.
So, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've been in a situation that it was like because I knew the person, just as a friendship, like a catch up, like let's catch up later on. Here's my number. But never have I been in a situation that a guy's like, just in case this doesn't work out. Now, if a guy were to say that, I'd straight up tell him he's a dick. Period. I wouldn't take it if that was said. If it was because it was to catch up, because I know a lot of people, for example, in my city, that happens a lot. Yeah. Or you just give them your Instagram. Period. But I don't know. If I came out and the guy was doing that, how would I know what that conversation was? I'd be looking at him being like, oh, they could come back and be like, oh, I just know her, I was catching up, which honestly doesn't bother me. But you don't even know what the heck he said to her. Now, if it's because I know that was the reason, I'd be jetting in 2 seconds. Because, like I said, my time is really valuable. So if you're not having a good time and you're wasting my time, I'd rather have it with someone that's...
My time is my time.
Okay, so let me ask the guys this question. You guys come back from the bathroom and your girl, the woman that you're on a date with says, hey, that guy over there slid me his number, but I'm not interested. I just wanted him to go away.
That happens way too often. It does. I mean, guys, if the girls fly, guys will approach. They'll do it in front of you. Guys are ballsy. Yeah. They'll do it in the club. They'll do it in the bar. They'll do it wherever.
If she takes the phone number, I don't know. I'm not gonna judge, but I just like to be around people that are loyal and that have integrity and standards.
Right.
I think I've built my brands, I've built my business around my mentors and people that I associate with personally. They all have integrity. You know, let me say, Monica, for example, is by far a person that has a lot of integrity. I've known Monica for maybe 20 years of my life.
Wow.
And I've never seen Monica change. She's always held her ground, and she's always been loyal to her friends and stuff like that. Just as friends, right? These are people that I associate with. If I see someone taking a phone number or something, I'm not saying that she's a slut or nothing like that. I'm not going there. I just think that some people I just want to be around someone that could just say no.
It's funny. I seen like something that was jacked up years ago. I was in my 20s, so that was a long time ago. The glory years of my life when I was in my 20s. I was in a McDonald's, in the back part of the McDonald's, and there was this guy, and he was sitting there like with his girlfriend or something, right? And he was probably in his early 20s or whatever, maybe 20 or something. And they were sitting there eating, and everything was fine. And then all of a sudden, like these 4 like gangsters came in there, right? And this is when gangbanging was like at all-time high, right? So they come up in there in the McDonald's, and mind you, it's only the 3 of us in the back. I'm like sitting to the, from a distance from them 2, right? These 4 guys come in there, and they walk. The one main guy walks over to him and says, "Hey, cuz you sitting in my seat." And the guy looks around, and there's all these empty seats, and he's like, "What are you talking about? There's a lot of empty seats." He said, "You sitting in my seat." So he looked around and he saw them guys, and he was like, "All right, baby, let's get up out of here." And she was like, "I ain't going nowhere." And he was like, he looked at them dudes, he was like, whatever, and he walked out. He left her, right? And then I seen the dude sit with the girl, and then she's all smiling with him and all of that stuff. So he basically got punked out. He got punked out. And I remember, like, I'm sitting in the cut watching this all happen, and I'm just sitting there like, man, I can't blame him though for she wanted to stay, and I guess she liked that, that whole thing. So. So
at this point, I don't know, and I hate to put a blanket statement of, I'm not sure what to expect of women anymore. In terms of the romantic part,
right?
I trust women and stuff like that on a friendship level, but when it comes to romance or the dating scene, and I haven't dated, so I don't know what that's technically like outside of everything I hear. In terms of like dating apps and what people, the expectations of what that's like. So listening to how other people are dating and what that's like, and how it's almost like a free for all. It's sad. It's like, it scares me.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Monica was leaving. It's hard to know like when it's the right time to kind of get into that game and not have to deal with it being a game. Okay.
Sorry about that. Yeah, no, you're right. No, I was getting a text. So my bad. It was a text from somebody who is
a text.
Yeah.
You on your phone, Kente?
No.
I'm still on mine.
Did we not just talk about this?
You.
Yeah, I know, right? It's over, right? It's over between us.
Disrespectful?
So disrespectful.
My bad.
You can't get off your phone on the live. You can't do it on a date.
Right, my bad. No, I feel you, dude. Sorry about that. But see, that's why I don't do it, because it's hard to. Sometimes it is hard to wipe and chew bubble gum at the same time. So so
Walking through bubble gum, huh?
yeah.
Oh,
So
You blow bubbles too?
wait, say again?
You blow bubbles when you're chewing bubble gum?
Sometimes when I'm not walking, because I don't want to, trip and fall from. So all right, so let's. Oh, okay, Freeze in the house. This is what we're gonna do is since I had a snafu earlier, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have to edit this show anyway, so we'll just we'll just leave it running, and then we'll do the editing later. But let me see. We have Free in the house.
Hi, Anthony.
And big shout out, man. I haven't you're in are you out here?
Arizona.
You're in Arizona. Okay. That's what's up.
With his shirt that say Free.
Just as a side note, is I want to become a gun owner.
Yo.
I want to become a gun owner, and I've never bought a gun ever.
So buy it on your first date.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Please don't.
It's a good idea. Actually, the gun range is a good date, by the way. But
45.
You lost me. Where did we get the gun?
Yeah.
Where did the happen?
No, because free is the expert.
Oh.
But
he's a certified gun instructor.
Yeah. So all right. So while we're waiting for him to come back in, it says dating is too hard these days. Everyone wants to hook up. The hookup culture, they don't have to commit. No one's willing to put their feelings on the line anymore. Yeah.
I mean, preach, Carrie. That's a whole word right there.
You know what it is also, though, is like, what are you signing? What are you committing to, though?
Monogamy.
It's your first date.
Like, no, I'm
your
just
first
saying.
date. What do you mean when you're committing to?
No, I'm saying
no.
Not on the first date. I'm just saying. I
want to go to his house.
I know, man. Yeah, he got it popping over there. Wait, is he at the club?
It's a party.
Wow.
Okay, that's when you take somebody on a first date, right there.
I know, man. That's dope.
And his shirt is like hardcore.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Yeah.
You fancy Moon Cricket. I see you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something like.
That lit up somebody.
Yes, the gun range. I like that. Yes. So do it, Kente. Gun range would have fun date, my guess. See, when I was at the gun range last time, which was some years ago, there was more women there than there were guys. So, it was, and they were in there.
Gun range is a good date, no?
Yeah. Like they had, they had
a good date.
Yeah, they had
an all how to shoot, man.
Yeah,
these dudes be taking their girls out. They don't know how to use a firearm.
I don't know. It's not a real good conversation for me to be in the gun range.
I mean, I want to go, but I also want to go to bed. So can I tell y'all where y'all can follow me on social media?
Yes, go ahead, Shannon. How can we get you in social media? Shannon.
I'm starting to get to know Shannon's body language. Like Shannon is the book.
I got a 6 a.m. drive to Miami tomorrow for work, and I'm like, that's 3.5 hours, and I'm tired. So I'm like, I am not about to play with y'all tonight. Oh.
All right, how can we get you, Shannon? And tell us about Friday.
Okay, so you can follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Same name. Shannon / like the president, Jefferson like the president. If you are following Shan / Jeff 82 on Instagram, you realize that I have 7 Instagram pages supporting all of my endeavors and businesses. And I got you. Whatever you need, I got you. So just check me out on Instagram. That's basically where you can follow me every day. On Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, me and my co-host, Gracie J. Kaver, will be doing a woman intimate conversation. And we are going to be talking about stars and stars on my journey. So, you know what I miss it.
I'll be there. Be there with a smile on my face.
I will too. I'll be coming off the overnight, but I'm making it till I can go to sleep.
Mm-hmm. And so Thank you so much, Shannon. And we'll, I have to edit this anyway, so it's all good.
See you later, Shannon.
But love, I'll check y'all on the next one on the flip.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
And y'all better hire Shannon for writing.
And just as a side note, too, I have a show this Thursday called Cinema de Fromage, and we review really corny films. And last week was Disorganized Crime. First week was They Live, and now we're going to be doing Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. And I think tomorrow night we're going to be streaming it. Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. I haven't seen that one since I was a kid, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be something else. So, but that's going to be Thursday. So, yeah.
Memories.
Yeah, we have some good stuff we're doing this season.
I'm not sure if I ever saw it.
Brother Carlos.
Yes.
So did your baby girl go back home?
She did.
And she's in ATL, right?
She's where?
ATL, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's what's up. So I know you're missing your little girl. That was so cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
It showed a different side of you, Carlos, because we know you as this, hardcore.
It's the same side.
Hardcore, mean, and it showed, he has a heart, so.
Wait, are you saying I don't ever show that I have a heart?
No, normally you don't have a heart. You're heartless.
You're not the devil. It's great. It's so good to hear that.
Yeah, I would.
The horns like get the hair.
Yeah, I was like, man, he's a nice guy. Oh, okay. It changed my view of you a lot, man. So, you should actually pay her for the good PR. So
we're very attached.
Yeah, that's cool, man. So it made me. I'm gonna have to go meet some kids this year. So I guess I gotta hurry up.
Just for that.
I gotta hurry up.
When that's about to happen, you're like, oh, thank you, Carlos.
Thank you, Carlos.
And she'll be all confused.
Yeah, man. You know what? Yeah, being a pops, it's a good thing. It's something that you should aspire to be. So I'm gonna be a dad. Watch.
The tricky part of that is knowing how, especially like now, the world is like crazy messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like having a child, knowing that you're bringing them into this.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, it is a little scary.
The second hard part is bringing them up in a time where food is not even natural.
Mm.
Not in this house.
And I can go on and on and on.
Shoot, body parts ain't even natural these days. So,
Damn.
And my legs aren't real. I had them replaced.
They got dudes who get booty implants. For real.
Yeah.
Right.
So I can take my fat. Oh my God, it's
It's like what guy
from behind this time.
What guy is sitting there like, man, my booty ain't right. I need to have some implants.
Because you don't know how many girls look at me from behind and say, hey, turn around, let me just see your eyes.
Can't take.
Like what chick though is like, oh man, I love your booty implants. It's like no, I have to figure like those ain't for chicks.
Yeah, you know what? At this point, that's what's gonna happen because Young Thug, straight up in a dress with guns and trying to combine that gangster image. The next generation of rappers are gonna be like, man, we got a booty implant. Or some shit like that. Because Young Thug, he that's the last most outlandish thing that I've ever seen is a dude wear a dress and still be hood.
Right. Yeah, just not in my head.
Smoking Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Hilarious.
That's true.
So it's crazy though. I mean, I hear calf implants too. I was like, what the hell? Like, yeah.
I heard those first.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like,
who around for a minute?
Yeah, like, what's up with the calf implants for dudes? Like,
Nice life.
Yeah, like that's crazy. Yeah, are you in a studio?
I am in the studio.
Are you laying down some tracks tonight?
I am actually. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, man. So we're gonna get a full length LP from you.
Actually, yes, you will.
That's what's up, man.
Word. Very
That's
nice.
what's up, man. Is it gonna be R&B or R&B, little hip hop?
Oh, it can't be nothing but R&B. It's
Very
all
nice.
R&B.
That's what's
Yeah.
up.
Little rhythm, little blues.
That's what's up, man.
So
If you need a little background action, Ryan got you.
Okay.
I think background
Word.
vocals, we know somebody.
Like yeah. Like Carlos too. Like you sing a little bit, right, Carlos?
Well, you're on
I'm
track.
in a song, but I don't sing.
They use a mix up of they sampled his voice and then it did layers.
No, they didn't sample it. They just recorded
really
it.
great.
Do you know
How you hear my voice is how my voice is in the front of a mic when you tell me, okay, go deep, and then I go deep. But you know, it's just part of a whole like dance song.
Carrie wants to know why haven't you asked me to interview yet? Who's that for? Is that for Carlos? Is that for
That's for me.
Ryan?
Carrie will talk. No, I'm joking.
DMs.
Let me.
I don't think I've met Carrie.
Okay, so check this out, Free. So I was on Facebook and this guy over here, Carlos, posted an image and said, "Oh yeah, I did this album cover," and it was for KRS One's album, I Got Next. And I'm like, dude, do you realize how fucking awesome that album is? That's like one of my favorite records of all time. And this dude is like, oh
like
yeah,
you actually came up with the artwork. Like you did the artwork.
Yeah, he did.
That's crazy. That's dope.
The original was like what, 6 feet long
That is
or
crazy.
something? It was a really massive painting, right?
It's crazy.
I'm sitting there like, because KRS One, as anyone who knows me, is on my Mount Rushmore. So, and I've got like everything he ever puts out, I'm all over it. And that's like one of my favorites of his, like where, you know how some records, you only listen to it during the time it comes out. And then there's other ones you listen to this day. That's one of those, I still listen to that one joint. So, but yeah, so, and you got a chance to,
That's probably one of,
to like be with him during that time, right? No homo. I mean,
like to get him to come live.
Oh, if you do that,
I'm trying to get him to come live.
Yeah.
But with KRS One, the one thing I really appreciate about that, and I did the inside album cover. If anybody has the album,
I do.
The one of the things I appreciate is that it was a worldwide record, and it's probably one of my only pieces that's a worldwide thing. And so people in Japan and all that type of stuff, they know my artwork because of that. And so what's cool is, or maybe what's not cool, I remember I was doing a comic show and I had that painting and they had promoted me as the guy who did that piece some time ago. And so I'm at the table. If you've ever been to a comic show, you know, the artists have the table and I'm sitting there and there's a line of people who want like autographs of their album or whatever, which is cool. And I had the painting behind me. So you would think, oh, it's logical that this is the guy who painted it. But nobody would talk to me. So I'm like, why is nobody talking to me? And like I see the line, it's like, are you guys here for the piece? Like, yeah, we're waiting for the artist. And I'm like, what do you mean? Because they assumed that because it was an urban like, hip-hop album, that the artist that painted the album will be black.
Most of the time, it's not a black person.
No, it was me.
But you're not. It's not like you're like some corny white guy. You're you're a Colombian dude. So
yeah, but I mean, I don't exactly look like your typical Colombian, hood.
When I see you, I see Colombian hood.
Oh, yeah?
No, I'm just kidding, not hood. But I see Spanish though. I've never thought you were a white guy. You've always looked Hispanic.
Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah, well, that was what was he? He was Cuban, but
He was Cuban.
But we'll go with that.
But the Cubans don't even sound like that.
Yeah.
Right, not at all.
like I don't know what accent he was giving Cubans, but whatever.
Yeah, still a great movie though. I love that movie. But but now that's pretty dope though. So what would it take to get Carlos to do somebody's album cover these days?
I mean, if a label calls me, I'd look at who the artist is. Now I was supposed to do Pink. With Pink, they were offering me like 10 grand. But I hated her attitude, so I didn't do it.
Such a missed opportunity.
Not really.
I'm over it.
I know you are. She turned out pretty good. Like after a few years when she mellowed out a bit.
Talking about Pink?
She's fun.
Yeah.
Don't you do like a proposal before saying anything of how much it would be? Don't you like go over everything to see what they want and then?
Yeah. So the way it works,
That's what usually
first of all, usually the way it works is the label has to hire you. They will ask you, they'll tell you what they want in terms of the size. If it's the front cover, although nowadays CDs aren't really that big. So I haven't been hired since digital turned completely digital.
But
so
you have
the front cover.
there's
a certain size to that cover. And then we start talking to the music artist and their lawyers as to what elements can be in the cover.
Right.
And then I come up with an estimate, and they agree to it. And that's it. I'll do some sketches.
Okay.
Yeah.
So his painting was supposed to have a lot more in it, but I had a car accident, which really messed me up. Yeah. And that's why it was the last painting I've done. Well, yeah.
Well, it's very good.
The painting, though,